one's more of a hawk talk to talk about a topic that I've wanted to talk about for a while. And I have been asked this question before. What's the rarest PS3 game that I own? That's a good question. I own over about 300, I would say. Maybe I'm probably wrong on that. I want to say solidly maybe 200 or more. A little up. I don't know. I haven't counted in a while. But I would say out of like everything that I've seen, you know, like there's a lot of people that ask me like, what's the rarest game you own? The only thing I truly have like off of that is like stories. Like a lot of people have asked me like, what's the coolest gaming find you found for like a flea market or like a GameStop, like something you found that you never thought you'd see in your life. To be honest, like going through all of that, I think the coolest thing that I've found, the God of War controller, which I have two of, not the PS4 one, the PS3 one. I have one that I use to like play over here with, and then I have one up there that's still in the box. The other thing I have that's rare is the collector's edition of Uncharted 3 from Japan. My girlfriend got me that for my birthday last year. It is beautiful. I love everything about it. It sits proudly up there on top of my Spider-Man PS4 collector's edition, and the statue for that, as most of you probably know, is right over here. I'm actually going to predominantly like put that right. I'll move the microphone because I'm actually selling that. Hang on, so we can predominantly display it right here. Alright, not very good in the camera scene, but there you go. So yeah, this collector's edition being another one that I own that I enjoy. This standee over here, the Batman one that's behind all this Mario and Anthem stuff, that I won an Injustice tournament. I won 15 games in a row to win this, the countdown clock, multiple posters, and there's like a laminated thing of me being the champion of the tournament. As far as sealed games go, I'm not too like basic on that. Like if I see a sealed game, I'll pick it up usually if it's not too much. I think thinking about the ones that I have, I know actually there is a cool story behind two of the ones I have sealed. I was looking for games, like they can't ship games to their store anymore for you, and I used to have a drawer at my local GameStop where games would be in there for me, like waiting, because I came in there so much. And the big thing I was looking for at the time was the Top Gun and Days of Thunder game, which I still have not played because of the story behind them sitting on my shelf over there. The Top Gun game was, and Days of Thunder, I actually had asked them to find them for me, and they did, in like a southern part of the state that I'm in, GameStop, and they were shipped up. And when I came in to pick them up, they said, you were going to be super happy when you see this. And I was like, what is it? The two games had fallen behind a shelf in that GameStop, and they had been looking for them for like hours on hours, and then finally like they jiggled the shelf a little bit and they fell. And I got a sealed copy of Top Gun and Days of Thunder for the same price as they were if they were used. So that was really cool. King of Fighters 7 is another one I have sealed with like the booklet and the CD. I got that at a gaming convention. And Guardians in Middle-earth is like no longer, I think, an active game, but I do have one sealed. Like the code in there is still good, even though like I'd literally basically be turning that game on to get, I think, like one trophy. So there's not really a point to that. I think that's just about it. Like mainly talking more about the actual games at hand, like that are rare. Like people ask me like, what's the rarest PS3 game? To think about it, there's actually a couple. I think the rarest one in existence is probably the NBA Elite 11, which was a canceled game by EA, and then I believe 13 demo copies got stolen from a GameStop, and they were listed on eBay for the longest time. I think the only thing listed on eBay now is the actual empty display case. I actually did see one on eBay one time for $15,000, so it was interesting. The game was very glitchy from what I remember, and that's why it got canceled, so there was a big thing about that. The other thing being, people ask me, like, you know, like, is there any others? And I'm like, I haven't gotten my hands on a copy of El Chavo Kart. El Chavo Kart is a racing game for like a Mexican kids cartoon. I've heard things about it, interesting things. I've always wanted to own a copy of that. I'm sure I will at some point, but it's just one I haven't been able to get my hands on. One of the bigger, rarer ones I got my hands on not too long ago was actually NCAA football 14. Sorry, 14 was the rarer one, and I got my hands on that. Aside from that, the only one I know that's super rare is Ra the One. It's like an Indian movie video game, and I see only one physical copy on eBay for like $999, so that'd be another one that I'll probably never own, because it's like $11 on the England PlayStation Store, so might have to get a buddy to help me with that one. Aside from that, it's just like, it's really rare that I don't go into a store or a convention or somewhere that I see a game that I've never heard of before. A lot of people do ask me like collector's editions and what like do you own, you know, or what do you want to own. I've always wanted the Arkham City Game of the Year collector's edition, and as well as Arkham Asylum. I think there's an Arkham Origins one too. So yeah, there's a lot of things out there that are like I'd like to own, but I don't have the money for it, you know. But yeah, that's some of the rarer things that I can think of, like as of right now. There will be pictures included where I did talk about stuff, but that's all I can think of for right now. So guys, what is like your rarest find for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, or whatever system that you play? Be sure to let me know in the comments down below, let me know. And as always, if you'd like what you're seeing here and you want to see more, hit like, smash subscribe, and comment whatever you'd like down below. I'll see you guys next time with more videos.